Hey everybody, and welcome back to the In Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm us. Jack and Letty are still down at Lake Jackson because COVID. So again, this is coming from my little shitty galley apartment kitchen. So apologies for that. This one is going to be great. I read about it. This comes from a Megan Camacho, who somebody uploaded their recipe book. Just pictures of it. Thank you very much for that. I want to try this cilantro lime stuff now. Now remember, this takes some marinade time from 6 to 24 hours. So you're going to have to start this one ahead of time. Remember that. Now, before we get into it, be sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the little bell, do the little notification stuff so you get to know it. It's YouTube. You're not new to it. I very much appreciate it. Even if you click a like, very much appreciate that, even if it's a little like for you guys. Also, we got our link down in the thing for our aprons and doobly-doo. One's freshly laundered. It looks good, right? No more gunk all stuck to the front of it. And we got aprons and oven mitts and all that kind of stuff. Link will be down in the thing. And let's just get into it, man. All right, one of our more simpler things, man. You're gonna need some chicken. I think this is 2 pounds. We got it for like $4, so that's all we're gonna use. One bundle of the cilantro, some lime juice. You're gonna need 4 tablespoons of that stuff. So it's easier just to get it out of there instead of from the actual limes. You're gonna need 3/4 cups of oil. I use olive oil, salt and pepper to taste. Not really that you need it, but it will get a little bland if you don't add the salt to it. Also, optional. A little bit of rice is a bed. Again, it's chicken and rice. It's chicken and rice. But get your cilantro, make sure it's nice and clean. You're going to use this whole top end, right? So go and hose all that off. Get that back. Just get you a nice sharp knife, cutting board, and just cut this down. Now, when you're doing it, be sure to curl your fingers, man. That way you don't worry about it too much. It just slides down your fingernails instead of cutting your finger. Thanks to my Squire Mary for pointing that out to me, giving me a book to taught me. Now get you a tub, a bowl, something you can seal, or just a regular bowl, and you can put like saran wrap on the top of it. What I'm talking with here with my hands, I'm not quite sure. I think I was saying what I was just saying. Well, we do this all in voiceover, so I could have been telling you to steal fucking first. I don't know, or second, I guess. Can you steal first? I mean, anything that ain't bolted down can be stolen. All right, so just go ahead and put all your chopped cilantro in there. And just let that sit. Now your chicken, I got this one again. It's $4 for 2 pounds. It was a split chicken breast. It was already split, so this is a pretty good size. You can kind of see. Don't need to really cut it down. You can cut it in half if you have more people. If you want more portions, you want to use this all during the week, like a meal plan, which has worked out really well. Is what I end up doing. But these are huge. Not seen in this video, sir, not appearing in this film, is cutting this in half for me. You go ahead and slice those in half again with a nice sharp knife. Once you get all those loaded in there, go ahead and get your lime juice. Like I said, you want to use 4 tablespoons of this. Now, you're going to leave this for 6 to 24 hours and let it marinate, okay? So that lime juice will start cooking the chicken, but it won't cook it to where it'll be good enough to eat where you might not get sick, so don't do that shit. So put that in there, then your 3/4 cup of your olive oil, just go ahead and put that right in the bowl, whatever you're going to use for it. I use this big fancy sealable thing. Wow, that lucked out. That was exactly the oil I needed. All right. So the Tupperware, I guess, is the easiest thing, one of the disposable ones, so I can seal it. But before I do, put a little bit of salt on it and pepper. Again, this is the taste, completely optional if you don't want it. If you want to leave it out, you want to be healthy and leave the salt off of it, feel that. Use these little grinder things because I get to put my pinky out. Feel fancy that way. So once you get that, get your a flipper, a spatula, a spoon. Link down in the description if you need one, because we might have a couple laying around. Go ahead and stir these around. Be sure to get your cilantro all over everything. Make sure that lime juice gets a nice coating on it, as well as your salt and pepper if you added it in there in the oil as well. Again, put this in a refrigerator once you seal it, and put it in there for 6 to 24 hours and let it marinate, okay? Not too much longer than that because your chicken will start to turn. Anything less than that, you won't get the flavor of that 6 hours, all right? So for 6 to 24, and cover it. I almost forgot to cover it. If you don't have this, like saran wrap, aluminum foil, any of that kind of stuff, just put it over the top. You're fine. Put it in the fridge. Put it in the fridge. Don't just leave it on the counter. So now it's 24 hours later. Go ahead and start your oven and put it at 375. And let it preheat. That's 375. All right, you're gonna let that preheat, and while you're doing that, we're gonna fix this up. Now get you a pan. One of these big glass ones is fine. Something that just has edges that keep it running off. It will produce a lot of water and juices for this stuff, so you got to be careful. All right, so go ahead and get these out. Now you don't want them piled up on themselves. You're gonna try to spread them out on the bottom of your pan.
don't worry. Like you said, you put that 3/4 cup of oil in there so you don't have to spray anything or put anything else down the bottom or cover it. So just kind of spread it out. Make sure you got cilantro and everything. Nothing's really overlapping. And while you're doing this, your oven should preheat to 375, which is a relatively low temperature for a lot of the stuff we bake, so it usually comes up pretty quick. Usually on mine, I think, is 10 to 15 minutes at the most, depending on how butt cold it is in my apartment. So once we get that done, go ahead and stick it in there, uncovered, and put it in there for 40 to 60 minutes. Now I'm going to do it at 40 first, and we're going to check that out. Where we can do 60. You might want to use a meat thermometer, by the way, to get that checked, and we'll check that after 40. Here we go. 40 minutes later, through the magic of TV and the internet, you can see it's bubbling nice. It's going to have a killer smell to it. This is outstanding. But you get this meat thermometer, and our original recipe said 40 to 60 minutes. I checked it, and it was only at 110 or so. I can't really read that here. Thanks, past me. I can't read the thermometer. So what you want to do with chicken is you want that internal temperature to be 165 at least. So I put it back in for the other 20 minutes to do the full 60 minutes. And as you can kind of sort of see here, it blows past 165 relatively easy. Don't just check one piece. I checked them all because it can be uneven heating in your thing. But as long as the internal temperature is over 165, you're good. So set this aside, let it rest a little bit because you don't want to burn your face off. So we're going to do a little bit of rice. We do have a video or two on how to do rice. It's 2 to 1. Like, you should really know how to do rice. There's a way to do this with a little notch on your finger, but I don't know how to do that. If somebody wants to come teach me, we'll do an episode. You can show me how to do rice, but you put 2 cups of water to 1 cup of rice, right? So 2 cups of water, let that boil up. Once that gets to boiling, ta-da, boiling, more magic. Go ahead and kill that. Kill the heat, put in your 1 cup of rice. I kind of lay mine flat, but apparently that's blasphemy to touch it once it is the water. And then cover it. I use a plate because I don't have a lid for that pot. And remove it from heat and let it sit there. Man, 10 minutes from now, you're good. That's it. That's all this took. Now, this is one of those meal planning things, man. This is outstanding. I cooked it, and it had just the 2 pounds of meat. That was enough for at least 7 days that I was able to eat on this, and Zool had a little piece too. I'm going to share it with my dog. But this stuff is really, really good. Again, it can be bland if you don't add enough salt and pepper, and put this on tortillas and stuff. That is great if you want it there. Just straight on the plate is perfectly fine. Add a little hot sauce because Texas. But this was really good. I want to say go ahead and try this, man. I've tried it before and had it where it was pan-fried and stuff, but this is really good. Again, Megan Camacho, thank you for letting us see this.
There you have it, folks. Quick, easy, seems fancy, but you can make it whatever taste you want. You can add garlic powder to it, because that's just me, salt, pepper, that kind of stuff. It's great. If you do it differently, you'd like to see us do it differently, I think we've already done this. And somebody's like, no, you can bake it instead of like pan-frying it, which is what we did before. So this is one we revisited. So let us know if you want us to do it differently, man. We'll come back to it. You can put it down in the comments, or you can find us on social media. You can find us at Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon. You can find us at all of those at Living Between Paychecks Kitchen, or you can find us at Instagram at Living Between. And I'll see you next time. Time to go eat some chicken.